Rebecca. This is my forest garden, such as it is. This is a forest garden in Richmond, Virginia, Zone 7. And this is the land that is teaching me what gardening is really all about. My first gardening experience was in Florida in a cultivated lot with plenty of sun and no weeds, and so it seemed pretty easy until I moved here. And what's great about this area is that some things you put in, but a lot just comes to you from the land, from the wild areas. And we have about 200 trees on our property, so we have to work with the trees, we have to work with the light situation, we have to work with a lot of the established plants that are growing here. And so I have learned so much from this space, and just kind of want to share my journey with you. The deck is, I think, an important place, and it's a good place to start because it's the sunniest spot on our property, and it's also a place where we just are a lot, and so it's just like we're interacting with the plants a lot here, whether we even realize it or not. So I've added some planters to our deck just to try to maximize the light situation. I've tried different things in the planters. I'm just still kind of playing around with what works together. This year I kind of wanted to make them like flower based because we really do get a lot of sun here on the deck. So in the planters this year I'm trying sunflowers, which is really ambitious for a forest garden, cosmos, zinnias, and nasturtium, which have really delicious and edible leaves. So excited about those. They're still kind of babies right now. This is a parsley plant that I probably am just going to pull out because it's beginning to bolt. And this, I do like to let them go to seed sometimes. A blueberry bush, which is doing really well foliage wise, not producing a ton of blueberries, but you can see some, which is kind of exciting. I feel like it's kind of more decorative right now because I just really like the colors on the leaves. So today I'm really excited about gardening because I pre-ordered a bunch of native plugs from different places online. Those are kind of hard to get, from like just retailers that I can drive to. And so earlier in the winter, I pre-ordered some native plugs. So I've got a couple of big flats of them. And so these are like kind of shade loving ones, and these are more kind of sun loving ones. And I have a few spots where I'm trying to remove like just invasive stuff and plant native pollinators in kind of a more intentional way. So I'm going to try to get all these in the ground today, and I'm very excited about that. This is kind of the herb section, which is kind of in a transitional phase right now. Like most of this stuff is stuff that came back from last year, which is kind of cool. Like I've got sage and mint and thyme and lavender, and some more parsley and some lettuces that haven't died from heat yet. But another thing I'm going to do today, which I'm excited about, is these two are going to be basically like Italian herb gardens. So I'm going to have basil and oregano and parsley here in this bed because I use those a lot. Dwight really likes those. He'll walk by a bed full of parsley and basil and just grab it, and he knows how to grab the top of it, which makes it it prevents it from bolting, so it prevents it from flowering, which makes it leaf out more, so we get more basil. So that's exciting. Like this is really like the sunniest spot, so I'm trying to grow some of those really sun-loving vegetables, which I've been very, very shy and hesitant to do because I'm just not sure they're going to work out. But so here I've got peppers, I've got jalapenos, and then I've got kind of a some pepper seeds I found on Etsy. It's like kind of a variegated sweet pepper, which will be here. So that's just kind of like an experiment for fun, just to see what happens. This is kind of like a dwarf variegated watermelon. So I've got 2 there, and I'm still just kind of trying to see which one of, like, it's, survival of the fittest. And so only one of these is ultimately going to be in this pot, because I think one plant really will need like all of the soil and nutrients and water in this pot. So I'm still just waiting to see which of those 2 is going to make it. I haven't been totally into annuals in previous years, but I'm getting more and more into them for whatever reason. So I've got, I think these are petunias that they're not really potted up yet, but I just like that color. So again, I've got the sun-loving vegetables here. I've got tomatoes, which these are reseeded from tomatoes that I grew last year. They're Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, which just is my favorite kind of tomato, and I'm the only one in my family who likes raw tomatoes, so I love being able to just come out here and just like grab a tomato and eat it. So delicious. So I've got Sun Gold cherry tomatoes here and chocolate cherry tomatoes here. I might kind of have the same kind of situation, survival of the fittest. I've got 2 seedlings left in each pot, and I don't know that I should really let both of them go, but it's really hard to just kind of kill something. But if you don't, then neither plant is going to be as, is not going to thrive as much. So I'll probably have to get rid of one from each pot, and I just have to make myself do it. I've got cucumbers here and here. That's going to be a new one for me. They need a lot of sun, a lot of water. Once again, just a challenge on this property, but I think this is a good spot for them. So here I've got eggplant, which this is reseeded from eggplant that I grew last year. I think my eggplant last year produced 2 fruits, 2 eggplants. One of those I let it kind of over-ripen and go to seed. I saved the seeds, and they resprouted this year. And so those are these eggplants, and I'm going to see how they do just in a different spot this year. Just not sure. So we'll see. I'm excited. Hoping they do a little bit better. I've got some sweet peas here. Sweet peas are one of my favorite flowers. And so I keep trying to grow them every year. I have never been successful. I've never actually made a sweet pea, like they'll do this, but like they're supposed to get like this big and flower, and I have not been able to make that happen. I think these still have some more time, so we'll see what happens. Big white self-watering pots. I redid these this year. I decided my favorite thing to have in these pots is like big, tall, spiky pollinator flowers. And so I've got coreopsis, wandflower, monarda, and sage, the same in each pot. So that should be really, really nice in like August. I'm really looking forward to that.